In-class activity 14C, assumptions and limitations of ANOVA. Assumptions and limitations of ANOVA. Osteoporosis is a bone disease in which the bones in a person's body have lost density, making them weak and brittle. The condition is most common in older women, and researchers have been searching for ways to treat and prevent osteoporosis for many years. In today's activity, we will use a simplified version of a real healthcare research study to explore the factors we consider when deciding if a one-way ANOVA is an appropriate test to use. 1. What are some different ways researchers could use ANOVA to study osteoporosis? Answers will vary, but may include the following: comparing treatment options, comparing prevention strategies, comparing risk factors for fractures, comparing risk factors for developing the disease. Objectives. The objective of this activity, you will understand important factors to consider before using a one-way ANOVA. You will be able to determine when the use of one-way ANOVA is appropriate. Interpret a one-way ANOVA in context. Two, in 1995 study used one-way, a 1995 study used one-way ANOVA to compare different osteoporosis prevention strategies on the bone density of older women. The women were randomly assigned to receive a placebo treatment, milk powder containing calcium, calcium pills, or calcium pills with an exercise program. In their own words, explain the factors we need to consider before using ANOVA. Here is the answer. The factors to consider are the right types of data, similar levels of variability, randomly assigned independent groups. B, what information do you need in order to know? What information do you need in order to know if this research study used ANOVA appropriately? Explain your reason. What information do you need to know? We need to know how bone density outcomes were measured to be sure it is interval data. We need the standard deviation of each treatment group so we can know if the variabilities are similar. We are already told that the groups were randomly assigned. So this factor is well known. Three, the researchers measured the density of the thigh bone for each of the treatment groups after a period of 2 years. Results were recorded as percentages. There were 168 participants in the study, 42 in each group. A, based on this information, do you have any concerns about the types of data the researchers are testing with the one-way ANOVA? Explain. Answers will vary, but this is a simple answer. No, the factor of interest is the type of treatment, which is a categorical variable. However, the response variable is a percentage, which meets the requirement for an interval variable. B, Here are the descriptive statistics for each group. Based on this information, do you have any concerns about the variability of the groups in this ANOVA? Explain. Group, we have placebo, milk powder, calcium pills plus exercise. Bone density, mean, percentage change. Negative 0.67, negative 0.18, negative 0.18, positive 0.28. Bone density, SD, 0.21, 0.24, 0.20, 0.34. So, based on the information, do you have any concerns about the variability of the groups in this ANOVA? The answer is no. Although the SD of pills and exercise is a little higher than the other groups, it is less than 2 times greater than the smallest SD. The sample sizes are all equal. The variability is similar across all groups. The variability is similar across all groups. C, consider the experimental design. Do you have any concerns about how the groups were created? Explain. Do you have any concerns about how the groups were created? No. The groups are randomly assigned and not connected in any way. So the groups are independent, random samples. Okay. 4, let's write the null and alternative hypothesis for this ANOVA. Null and alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis H0 is that mu1 is the same as mu2 is equal to mu3 and is the same as mu4. The alternative hypothesis HA is that at least 2 of these means are different. At least 2 means are different. Number 5, let's go to the apps of Start app and select ANOVA one-way app. Choose the summary statistics option under Enter Data and enter the data from the study. Remember, there are 42 participants in each group. A, write your F statistics in p-value. Looking at it, F is 98.26, P is less than 0.001. P is very small, p-value. B, what is your interpretation of these values? What is your interpretation of these values? Answers will vary, but this is a sample answer. I reject the null hypothesis of equal population means. There is a difference between the means of 2 or more of these groups. At least one of the preventive strategies was more effective than the other option. Your elderly aunt asks, what treatment works best to prevent osteoporosis? Can you use ANOVA to answer her question? Explain your reasoning. Answers will vary, but this is a sample answer. No, ANOVA tells us that there is a difference in the means, but it does not tell us which means. In this example, it is very tempting to make assumptions based on apparently obvious differences in the group means, but further testing is needed to confirm our assumption. This testing is the focus of our next lesson. 7a, as you prepare to start analyzing specific differences, what is one hypothesis you would like to test? Answers will vary, but many answers will probably comment on the pills plus exercise group and the apparent superiority of that treatment. B, what other treatment options might be available for researchers to investigate? What other treatment options might be available for researchers to investigate? That is a simple answer, because answers will vary. It would be interesting to see the impact of exercise alone or paired with milk powder treatment. In this study, we only see exercise paired with calcium pills. Thank you, and we'll see you at the next video.